Can I also? You were talking about Human Planet. Can I quickly say what my favorite thing of that is?
Speak at will.
There's one store. It's all like humans in extreme conditions. So Papua New Guinea, there's this one village that just eats sharks. That's all they eat, which is like sort of an arrogant, dickish move, you know? But they're like, you have fruit. What are you doing? They're like, well, sharks, we eat them for breakfast. Like, that's what they're going for. So they have one guy in the village who's the designated shark hunter, and now he's like 70. And then they just like send this guy out. He's like, all right, I'll go get more shark. And he gets into a canoe that he's made. And he's like 7, and he's like ripped.
Are these the guys that just like strangle him on the side of the boat?
Yeah. That's what I was going to tell the story.
Sorry. Well,
he's like super ripped, like, but he's like Nepal ripped, you know, not like Jim ripped. He's like Sri Lanka ripped. So he gets into the boat.
Man,
and he goes.
I want to be Sri Lanka ripped.
It's
so
great.
Bad, man. Yeah.
It's great. And he just goes to the middle of the ocean, and then he starts singing his shark beckoning song.
No.
I fucking swear to you. Yeah, well, I don't want to do the song for you because
Even flow.
Yeah, that's what it is. It would sound like this is what the song sounds like. Pretend you're racist, and then imagine a tribal song. That's what it sounds like.
Come on, do it. Just do it. Now that you just claimed it by saying it sounds racist.
Pearl Jam. You're doing Pearl Jam.
Yeah, it's a lot like Pearl Jam. And then he sings this fucking song
with a little, just a hint of Hepburn. Just a knight in shining armor.
It's a little bit like, what was that song, Sadness? Where everything's going backwards or whatever.
Incandescence, what's that called?
Enigma. So he starts singing this fucking song, okay? And he's singing it all day and all night. There's no food because they run out of shark. All day, all night. On day 3, a shark shows up. And even John Hurt is like...
And he has the balls to assume it's the song.
I know. I want to go up to the guy and be like, try once without the song.
Yeah, one time, a control group.
Exactly, just once. Either I believe it was a coincidence or that the magical shark beckoning song works and everything I know is lies, you know?
It only takes 6 days to test the theory that without a song, the shark takes twice as long to show up.
Just do it once. So the shark shows up, and then he starts fashioning a noose, which I'm like, have the noose already fashioned? You've been there for 3 days. Get the noose, act like you've been there, you know? So he
be do have.
Yeah, be do. So he
always be noose making.
But this is my favorite part. He always be noose making.
The shark is for closers.
I've got a 12-foot boat. I've got a custom-made shark noose. That's my name. Who the fuck are you? David Mamet presents The Shark Stranglers.
So he fashions this noose, and as the shark, this is my favorite part, as the shark is going by, he lassos the shark in the open ocean. He lassos it, and then, I swear, he lassos it, and then he does like a fist bump. He's like, yes! So I'm like, we're all human. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Because like that's the only gesture we have.
You might have picked that up from the camera crew.
Maybe they were like,
"Holy shit! I have just enough SD card to store that footage." Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, really? That's interesting."
Exactly. So like the SD card gesture. And
I always wonder that when they're getting the shots, it's like clearly you're getting the shot from a Jeep, but you're studying these guys who just hang out with wearing blankets for shirts and bluffing lions. Like, how much? I mean, the gods must be crazy.
Well,
like what's happening here? Is it contamination?
I always thought there was like a couple years ago they found a new tribe in the Amazon, and all the pictures were like they were like, we don't, you know, they were like looking up at this thing, this helicopter, and they were like, we didn't want to disturb them because we didn't want to go down. You've already changed everything. That helicopter is their god now.
It's like Iceman.
They're gonna go back and be like, burn the books. This is all lies. Look at that thing. Look at that.
Todd, what have I been saying?
Yeah. See, I told you. Metal bird.
I used to worship a toucan. Look at that fucking thing. There's 3 of us inside that toucan.
They're clearly like all of them have like their bows and arrows out, like pointing at this thing. Like you've changed everything.
And I don't even mean like
might as well give them AC/DC t-shirts.
That's a clear
now.
example of those guys actually live in actual isolation to the point that kind of contamination. But also there's just like these people who they know what a Jeep is and they know what a camera crew is. They're bringing a camera crew along and they're saying like the camera crew is going, show us how you bring your your 18 cattle from 600 miles across the desert to one water hole, and then have a weird negotiation with the elephants with a stick in order to get your cattle fed. And it's like, I just mean like emotional, psychological, long-term contamination of like this 16-year-old kid going like,
fuck,
go faster in a Jeep.
Yeah.
Like, all right, see you later. That's a wrap.
Yeah. They should just show them on their iPad like Phantom Menace. Like, watch this. All right, we're gonna go.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. Like it's not so. I know everyone knows it's weird.